Hey everyone, welcome back to Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics. Hope everyone had a nice Christmas. It's let's see, it's the 27th. And I'm being joined by my friend Brandon.
Hey there.
He is an Ithaca native. We've known each other since probably high school.
High school?
Yep.
Freshman year.
Go way, way back. And guess what is behind us? It is 98.
98 MPV.
Yep, so I guess this is like the MPV YouTube week. Yeah, so he has a 1998 four-wheel drive model V6. Only low mileage, what, 137,000 miles. And, well, this was kind of an unplanned stop, I guess. He's driving with his wife from Chicago
to New York to Ithaca. That was the plan.
That was the plan. And what kind of changed your mind?
Well, I was going along, and as I was making turns on the highway, it was kind of vibrating, and those just got worse and worse.
Vibrating.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There was some shudder and
in the steering wheel.
in the steering wheel, it kind of evolved, and that was, I guess.
So you got from annoying, like a little wheel bounce issue, to maybe I should get this thing.
Maybe we should take a look at this a little closer.
Yeah. And I think your wife is starting to worry about the.
Yeah, so we were in New York, and it was like, do we head for Ithaca and then kind of be stranded there, or do we head for State College and take a look at this?
And it seems like even on the highway drive here, it kept getting worse and worse.
Yeah, it went from a shudder to like just a constant shaking and noise at pretty much any speed.
All right, so I say the worse it is, the easier it will be to pinpoint it.
Yeah, I mean, if the wheel fell off, then you know that's the problem.
So I say, we'll take it for a test drive, we'll listen to it. I'll take my best guess, we'll shotgun some parts at it and send you on your way. Hopefully it solves the problem, right?
Hopefully.
No, guys,
we'll get an appropriate diagnostic.
We'll be 100% here. Do what we have to do, and hopefully, if it needs parts, we'll get them coming. And if worst case scenario, if Brandon really needs to get to Ithaca before we can get parts, we got plenty of nice loaner cars out in the shop, in the lot here, so that won't be an issue. But anyways, let's get to the car. So what we want to do is, I guess, take it for a drive first, because it's kind of fun to listen to cars and then take your best guess and then bring them into the shop and do the analysis. One thing that I noticed here is we got some bleeding, some heavy duty oil spots on the bottom, so we should probably check the oil level before taking it on a test drive. I don't know if this is related, but we'll definitely take a look at that as well. Just doing a quick visual inspection, make sure we survived the test drive. So we got our CV joints, ball joints, everything. I mean, the wheels are still on there.
Four wheels still attached.
Yep. Alright, I see a possible problem there. See that nut?
Not a nut screwed on.
Yeah, that nut. Looks like there's a gap between the nut and. Let's see here. Let's zoom in on this guy. There's quite the gap.
That's a problem.
Between the knuckle and
the ball joint
nut.
stem there.
Wow. Now let's see this side. That's what it's supposed to look like. This guy seems to be doing okay. Now the service history on this truck is the lower ball joints we replaced in 2013, so that was 4 years ago. Yeah. And on this side, the CV boot was torn and we couldn't get the axle out, so the whole knuckle had to be replaced with a used junkyard unit.
Replaced the CV axles at that time too.
Okay, yep, we did axles and ball joints and the right knuckle, and I guess the cotter pin saved the nut from coming off.
Yeah, well, how did that happen? Was it stretching out, or?
Yeah, that's a great question. Mm-hmm. So
we'll have to take a closer look.
Yeah, let's drive it. I just want to see what it sounds like with a loose ball joint nut. I'm not worried about it separating, obviously, but yeah, let's fire it up.
Hold this stuff.
Well, we're doing a little visual inspection. I see a nice wet spot down there on the engine cover. And it looks like it's kind of close to this transmission cooler line. And we checked the actual engine oil level, and that looks perfectly fine. So with such a substantial leak, I would assume that it's not losing engine oil, but rather transmission fluid. This is like a perfect follow-up to my transmission swap video where I learned how to check the fluid level properly. So it is below the low mark with the vehicle off. And we know that on these vans and most cars in general, on automatics, you need to check the level when the car is running, warmed up,
Yeah.
and the fluid level should be at the high mark. So this is definitely low. It should be like up here, you know, with the vehicle off. So we'll definitely have to look into that. So I mean, we could warm it up, take it for a quick little spin, but not too far because you're running low on transmission fluid and you got a loose ball joint nut. And we'll actually be discussing ball joints shortly in a later video, but we'll have to demonstrate how to properly check for play in the joints, you know, where to jack the car up, and go from there. But let's take it for a spin real quick.
You took your hands off.
Yeah.
It's not like going.
So right now we're just going down a straight gravel road, and the steering wheel is like cocked to the right. And it's hard to really say it's, you know, everything rattles a little bit.
Now you hear that?
Wow, that was like a tung 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 tung.
Yep. So that didn't exist yesterday morning, and it appeared yesterday after.
Now is that coming from the?
Front of the van. It's hard to tell.
Man, good thing this van made it here. Because with a severely leaking transmission cooler line, a loose ball joint, and potentially something else.
We limped our way in. Yeah, you can hear it now.
Oh, sounds like a wheel's ready to fall off. Well, we'll hear it on the pavement, but it does sound pretty bad.
Yeah.
Gosh. Come on, window, do your thing.
Yeah. I should have told you, don't roll that.
Here, you hold that.
Yep. Got it.
Okay, that sounds like it's coming from the
Driver's side.
driver's
Front.
side.
Yeah. But the ball that we identified
Sounds
was
like a
on-
jackhammer. Wow, nice.
I did exactly that. Jeez, a loo.
So it's a.
Even up and down.
So the visual inspection didn't lie there, right? So do side to side.
You see it like
Holy crap.
bouncing around?
Yeah. So hopefully that hole didn't get wallowed out in the knuckle.
Right?
Driving like this.
I don't know.
Let's check the other side up. This thing has, you know, lived in Ithaca for most of its life, so the rust is prevalent. So we have to be careful with our jacking points. Go right under the subframe here. Okay, what about this guy?
Yeah, that wasn't there either.
So that's also doing something.
Can you see anything?
Here, let's visual inspection here. Go ahead. Holy shit. Keep doing that? What the hell is going on here? Yeah, so I was right. Look how your wheel's moving on the lug nuts.
Yeah.
So how are those tight then again, Brandon?
Well, they were tight 2 hours before I arrived here.
Uh-huh.
Well, let's tighten those up and see how much wobble
So,
there is after that.
So my gut feeling on checking the lug nuts was accurate.
Yeah.
So we can torque those down and tighten up this ball joint and do their towing alignment and fix up this massive transmission leak. And I should be in good shape as long as the whole knuckle there isn't wallowed out. Alright, wheel lug nut, torque specification, 65 to 87 foot-pounds. In our trusty manual, let's take this wheel off and make sure that the studs didn't get damaged from all this loosey, rattling back and forth. See, if this was a Subaru, you'd already be snapping studs.
Wear in the base there.
Not bad.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, let's make sure your brakes are good. Nothing else is...
Just a missing ABS sensors.
Yeah, we don't care about ABS. I would disable that as soon as I got the car. Yeah. So I just want to spray just a little fluid film on here for good luck, keep the rust down. Or heck, even WD-40 will work. That's right. Keeps your rotor from rusting.
That's right. Yeah.
All right, slider on there.
It's called the comfort braking distance.
So these tires here are worn pretty evenly since they were on the back before.
They were on the back. They've only been on the front since the trip from Illinois.
Okay.
So,
Yep.
I don't know if you can detect any wear.
Well, once we hopefully tighten up that ball joint, then we'll set the toe in. Make sure everything is going straight. I'm glad it's not like a wheel bearing or a CV axle or something that could take time and effort.
The next task is to replace the tires that were on the front here. When you take a look at those, they're not looking too good on the outside. It's all kind of sanded away.
Yep. I'm wondering if that ball joint was loose for a while.
Yeah, stretched or something.
Like, was your steering wheel always a little crooked?
It's been a little crooked for a while, and it's had this vibration, but it's been too bad.
Right. Preliminary torque.
Looks like the preliminary
Yeah.
is pretty much there.
See, with aluminum wheels, you don't get much give at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there's on there. Now they're a little sticky just because they're rusty, so that could definitely
Influence
the torque reading. So we're doing all the wheels, obviously, since we got the torque wrench out, and these are actually pretty loose, like to the point of
Needing tightening.
a lot. But then once it gets to that point, it's like that's it. It just stops. I don't know. I don't know how to explain that.
A
lot of vibration.
So I'd say you can go a little overboard just to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Right. Check my torque wrench.
Yeah. What kind of torque wrench do you have?
Craftsman.
See, like that was probably torqued to, I don't know, 20.
Definitely.
They're all loose. This is
Wasn't
ridiculous.
that way when I left the house.
I'm not kidding. Like an eighth to a quarter return for each one. Oh yeah. Loose, 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 loose. Yep. Confirmed. So I'm thinking maybe, you know, in some situations just going at it with the impact is safer than playing it by the book and having a little rust on the lug nuts and getting, you know, a reading and then having your wheel come off eventually. I'm surprised that they're all equally.
Could it be a having the aluminum wheels?
Oh, aluminum wheels, yeah, definitely doesn't help. Alrighty. So there's our culprit. So we're gonna get the cotter pin out. I don't know if that's. I mean, it doesn't look like the nut turned.
Well, how could it with the cotter pin in there and the cotter
Exactly.
pin's not sheared off?
Yeah, but how is there that much? You know, we saw a big gap in here, right?
Yeah.
All this.
Doesn't look as big anymore.
All right, so this I can't really explain how the ball joint fitting got so loose, but the nut didn't turn because, you know, it's staked right here by the cotter pin.
Right.
Now it's a used knuckle, so, but it's not like there's rust buildup in there and it kind of cleaned itself off. So what we're gonna do is undo the cotter pin, try to tighten that nut down, hope for the best. And that's why they put cotter pins on these things, huh? Sweet. There we go. I'm gonna inspect this. Guess we should look up the torque spec for that guy as well. Well, the torque spec here is 116 to 137 foot-pounds. Does that agree with your research?
It's a ball joint.
Yep, that's it.
Stud
Four-wheel
nut,
drive.
Four-wheel drive. 70.
Where's
So what's
four-wheel
a
drive
four-wheel
MPV?
Four-wheel drive. No, four-wheel drive pickups.
I'm not seeing it here, Lloyd.
That's weird.
What kind of book is this?
Oh, it comes.
Yeah,
for the
Chillins.
MPV.
Don't get Chillins, get Haynes. Alrighty. So I'll just torque it with my impact. How about that? Let's see, 100, 10, 20. I'm gonna say 130.
From 116 to 137.
Yeah, I set it to 130 here. Sweet. So that torqued nicely. Now let's just keep going until we align one of the cotter pin holes. It's pretty close right there. Should we check the other side while we're under here, Brandon?
Well, presumably they're both done equally, so
Why the heck not?
Let's nip that one in the bud.
Yep.
Before it develops a problem.
So that seems to have tightened up that joint. Should be in good shape. Again, I think we got lucky.
Yeah.
Cross your fingers.
Okay, so how's this one feeling?
Well, there's no play right now, but we still want to double check the torque. So I got the cotter pin off. A little something on there for good luck. See if it'll come off easy with the impact. Yeah, it was a little too easy.
Pretty easy. Well, look at the threads on that. How are they looking?
We'll just put a little fluid film on here to avoid seizure. And get this guy back on. Torque it to spec. What was it, 130 foot-pounds, right?
130.
Okay. And we'll just line up the hole. Oh, it's already lined up. Must be a lucky day. Well, you'll be back on the road before lunchtime, Brandon.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get lucky.
Oh, come on, little cotter pin. There we go.
That's the way you want it to be.
And it's happy spot.
Go to your happy place.
There. Good enough.
Perfect.
Perfect. So now, well, I want to take care of that oil cooler line before we put everything back together. We get the wheels back on and do toe in alignment, and then Brandon should be good to go for the rest of his journey. Alright, tore off the plastic shield. And what do we got? A mess?
Glop everywhere.
Nice mess in here. So I'm assuming this cooler line has seen better days. And
Most of it's seen better days.
just want to see if it'll
Pop off.
snap somewhere.
Spray me with transmission fluid.
There's a little bracket right here.
Used to be attached to something.
That used to be attached to something, yes.
Uh-huh.
Do we see any weak spots? Well, it almost looks like right on the timing cover, there's the timing belt hydraulic tensioner. And that's the cleanest I see, and it's, looks really wet in there. Right there. Yeah. Okay, so added 1/4 transmission fluid. Doing our toe in alignment check here with the ball joints all tightened up. The wheels are on, torqued. Got the strings stretched out, and just measuring from tire to string. So you have about 3/16 there. We have about 3.5, almost 4/16 there. So this tire is pretty much looking straight ahead. This guy over here, less than 2/16 there, and this guy is again less than 2/16. So both tires are looking straight ahead. On a rear wheel drive, you might want a little bit of toe in. So, but this is right now, it's more than acceptable. So putting that ball joint back in its home, I think took care of most of the issue, and the steering wheel is straight right now. So we'll take it for a drive, make sure it stays there. And last thing here, we need to find out where this oil leak's coming from. So we left the cover off. We're gonna start it up, back it out, and hopefully, you know, if it starts dripping somewhere, we'll catch it in the act. Alright, we're cruising on a flat country road. Steering wheel is just a little bit to the left, and you know, our wheels are a little bit towed out based on our alignment on the strings. So all we need to do is bring the right wheel in a hair, and that will straighten both the steering wheel and, you know, make this car a little more stable, as good as it can be. But otherwise, yeah, the scary clunking is gone, which is nice, and you know, it's controllable, quiet, quite pleasant to drive. You gotta put the seatbelt on for the YouTube viewers. They give me a hard time about that. There you go.
For kids at home.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this thing will make it back to Chicago in one piece.
Maybe carrying some cargo.
Yeah. Hopefully right now the oil will warm up, and if it's really dripping out of somewhere, we'll see it where it's coming from. But other than that, at least it's drivable and safe.
Good to go.
Yep, back to the shop.
Back to the shop.
Alrighty, well,
We're at the end.
I guess so. The car is as good as it's gonna get in, you know, an hour or two that we had here to
I think that's the upper
straighten
limit
it out.
for the MPV. As good as it's going
Yeah,
to
your wheels are gonna stay on,
Right.
and you're gonna drive more or less in comfort.
That's
And
all I can
I
ask
think that's all we can ask for at this point.
Yeah.
So with that, again, stay safe on the roads, double check your fasteners, and once again, Merry Christmas
Merry
and
Christmas.
Happy
New Year.
Happy New Year. Yep. So we'll get this video out, and we'll see you guys in the new year. Bye.